thought I'd give you a little update on where we are with the R45 after the first few rides. So the last two videos were, one was me introducing the bike to you, literally the day I got it or the day after I got it. Then we did a partial service on it, oil change, oil filter, changed spark plugs, and also fitted the Surefoot side stand. And after changing the oil and everything like that, I thought, let's give it a ride. And also got a new rear tyre put on the back of Metzeler ME77. And the first ride, everything largely went quite well, but I was finding at about 60 miles an hour, or 60 to 65, I was hitting a bit of a wall. It didn't feel like it was going to stall or anything, it just felt like it just wouldn't go any further. And I was scratching my head thinking, surely this should be a bit better than this, certainly from what I remember on Dad's, and that would have been 2 up most of the time. And I posted my first video, and Tony left a comment saying that your fuel line from your petrol tap down to the carburetor is too long. And I must admit, I did look at it and think that is very long, and it was also like sometimes clashing with my foot. So I looked at pictures of the original when it was new, and they didn't have the fuel filter, and it was a much quicker line straight down to the carburetor. And I could see if I took the fuel filter out, it would probably be that original length. So I did that, not knowing that there was a little plastic spigot in there. As I took it out and I was trying to pull it off, the spigot snapped. And now it's Friday afternoon, so I got onto Motorworks, ordered Friday afternoon for a stainless steel spigot. It was here by 11:30 the next day on a Saturday morning. So got that on, and thought give it another ride, and the world of difference. The performance was just completely different. It was no longer hitting this wall at 60 miles an hour. So that was great. So we had a really good ride. The other change that I did to the bike was that the standard, or the mirrors that come with it, that they look standard, but they certainly weren't the same as each other, left and right. The throttle hand one was clutching my fingers when I was braking, and that was no good. And it wasn't stopping me brake, but it certainly was an irritation. So if I show you on the motorcycle, morning. Show you on the motorcycle where you brake there, the mirror was coming across really quickly, so it was just an irritation on my fingers. So I was looking again on Motorworks, and there's 2 types. There's a long one and a short one, and I didn't know what I had because the pictures on a lot of these things and on other people selling them online as well, pictures on these things are so bad. I thought, okay, just hang on, just wait, sort some other things. It's not the most important thing. And then I had a thought. My Bonneville mirrors, because obviously I've got bar ends on my Bonnie, and they look the part and they fit, and they don't vibrate. So put them on, and again, it's those small changes, it's those small little irritations that you want to eliminate when you're riding, because that allows you to focus on what you're doing, focus on the road, it makes you relax a bit more, and everything just all comes together. And I think it looked fine. So the budget on this bike is not high, so until I find some proper ones that don't clash my fingers, I'll leave them. So it's really pleased with that. So we had a ride yesterday. I think I was out for about an hour and a half, didn't miss a beat, everything went really well. Come back absolutely buzzing. will do a video about its performance. I'll do a review. I'll do like a contemporary review now of what I think of the bike in the modern world, and I think I'll also do a of the time review of like an 80s style review. I've got that in my mind, so I'll try to do that, and all that will be coming soon. So I won't get into my feelings of what the bike is, you know, like what it's like as a review yet. And I'll also do a video about what do I think in terms of advising other people whether you'd be better off spending 2.5, 3 grand on a bike like this. R65, say for instance, would be a little bit more expensive, including doing the maintenance, or spending the same amount of money on a Honda GB 350 or a Royal Enfield Classic 350 or a BSA Bantam. Where's your money best spent, and what will give you the best value for money in terms of a bike and happiness? So we'll do that. But just to round this video up, I just want to go over the costs so far, and I'll put a list on the side of the video of how much it's been. So the bike itself was £1,950. Then got the Motorworks service kit, which included gaskets, oil filter, spark plugs, the points, thing to replace the points. That was about £72. Then we had the Surefoot side stand, because it didn't have a side stand on it, was £107. And then finally obviously the spigot, which I broke, but was £7. And finally the Metzler rear tyre, which was £140. And I can't do the maths in my head, but I'll put that all on the channel. And at the minute, that's it so far, and I'm not immediately jumping and buying anything else. I mean, I might buy some panniers for it if I find some cheap ones, but that's about it. So yeah, very happy so far. There's plenty more to come with the R45, and I'm loving that the first video is doing really well so far. At the time of recording this, it's been up a couple of days, loads of comments, and I'm trying to reply to as many as I can. Some are quite long, so I need to jump on my laptop to reply to them. But thank you, I really appreciate that, which is why it's pushing me more to do some adventures with this BMW. I'm going to finish my tea, jump back on it, and enjoy the rest of this lovely spring morning.